they are both phenomenal. And if you really feel like they're better, oh, and Adamantium has been talking to me about Mole Man. If you really feel they're better than Crossbones, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but I am going to think it. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, you saw in the thumbnail, the title. I'm probably going to put it in both because I feel very strongly about this. And I did this with Kingpin early on. And it was like, no, you're crazy, Vega. And I was like, all right, but I think he's the best skill champion, especially when you can synergize him up. And then Kate Bishop came out and I was like, we have a new best skill champion for sure. I have zero doubts. I did the videos. And a lot of you were like, okay, I've seen the thing, man. This is pretty incredible, right? But a lot of times, no, you crazy. And I just put out the tweet that it was on June 5th of last year. I was like, we've got to go with Kate for the vote. And, you know, I had been a big fan of Shang-Chi. I still am a big fan of Shang-Chi. I see why the community voted for him, but I was doing everything I could to get us to go with Kate Bishop. And now I am telling you, the best skill champion available as a 7-star is Crossbones. And in today's video, in volume 1 of that, we will be debunking the myth that he needs high SIG, that he needs it, that he's not worth ranking without it. My Crossbones is SIG 40, I believe, potentially SIG 60, but I believe he is SIG 40. When I first pulled him, I was like, oh, you know, and then I got him again. I was like, great, I've got a low SIG Crossbones. What the heck am I going to do? Well, thanks to dropping down into tier 3 war with 4BGs. What's up, 4BGs? Amazing Battlegrounds Alliance. None of them wanted to take the hazard shifts lane. So I was like, I'll do it. And I started using my Crossbones. Also, last thing, and we will start to see these fights, I need to shout out Trappy's channel. Trappy is going for, I believe, Celestial 1 this season. I keep looking at the leaderboard. I see him up there a lot. It's going to take a lot. He also put out a video, just really opened my eyes on, I guess let's call it the versatility of Crossbones. Okay, so keep that in mind. And in none of these fights is Crossbones going to be boosted. This is hazard shift. We're going up against a Quicksilver. This is not ascended, but trust me, this is just going to get more impressive as we go. Consider this a bit of a little appetizer as I talk about what this guy does. So at SIG 40, Brutal Hydra training allows him a 54.45 chance to purify incoming debuffs. And I want to make that clear right now. This isn't non-damaging debuffs. This isn't damaging debuffs. This isn't concussions. This isn't anything. This is debuffs. Debuffs. And then each time he does, he's going to gain a fury. I love champions like that. They're immune to something. They shrug something happens, and then they also get stronger. So his utility is also making him stronger, right? And then each fury grants 2,235. That is a lot for 9 seconds, okay? And then that is increased potency by his critical damage multiplier. Additionally, he doesn't land critical hits, and then when he does, he would get that fury. So that's huge too. And then he gets even stronger against heroes. And don't worry, I'm going to show you non-hero fights because I know you. I know some of you. You're like, oh, it wasn't ascended, dude. And I'm like, you're right. You're not wrong. And you're like, oh, it's a hero, dude. And I'm like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I don't make these statements, especially about skill champions, unless they are true. Let's continue on. He also then has his overrun where you dash back, hold block for 1.2 seconds. You do this because it goes on cooldown for 8 seconds, but on activation, it refreshes the duration of all personal fury buffs, and you gain 2 new ones. So you are really powering up when this happens. While active, hits on the opponent, ignore positive physical resistance, and gain 50% positive combat power rate, which helps you get faster to your special 1, which gives you a chance to gain a fury buff. When you have contempt against a hero, you gain 2 additional ones. And then when you use your heavy, you're going to spend 1 fury buff to pause all remaining fury buffs for 5 seconds. So there is this back and forth, this play between using your heavy, your special 1, and your overrun. And then for all of this, he is going to reduce the ability accuracy of his opponents based on his fury buffs, right? And how he's got. You reduce the ability accuracy by 20% for each fury buff. When you're facing a hero, you have contempt, and you have a synergy that can help you out with that, right? It goes to all non-villains. You're going to reduce it by 25%. So here we go. So we are significantly reducing the defensive ability accuracy of this Mantis here. Right now, you can see I triggered my overrun. I got the new fury buff. We got the refresh, the whole thing. We're going to go in. And one of the big mistakes I used to make in playing my Crossbones is I just didn't pause the furies enough. I didn't land my heavies. I wasn't working that in. I was too concerned about not doing enough damage. But then what would happen is my furies would fall off. Oh, Which reminds me, keep in mind, none of these fights have the MCoC synergy. Not a single one. All right, now we're going to go in, and this is a hero. This is a 7-star rank 2 Spider-Man on a hazard shift, shock, and bleed, one eye open, right? So parrying him and stunning him and then using my heavy, probably not a good idea. It's going to cost some damage back, right? So here we go. Let's go ahead and get this fight started. I'm going to, because it's hazard shift, I'm going to trigger my overrun right away. I've now gotten rid of the defensive ability accuracy of the node. You can see I'm getting no debuffs on me. Going to my special one, I am up to 12 and then 9. And now I'm looking for a way to land my heavy, do a bad job, whatever. Bad gameplay. Doesn't matter. Crossbones, this video is about Crossbones, not me. We've lost our defensive ability actually because I didn't find a good way to pause my heavies. That's fine. You can see overrun came back. We got it back, reset the fight, and even taking a special one to the face from a 7-star rank 2 Spider-Man, we still come out of that with plenty of health. Remember, not boosted. None of this is boosted, and Spider-Man never evaded us, nothing like that. 34 seconds. Now, remember I told you, I'm going to show you fights against not heroes too. I don't make comments like the best in lightly, okay? She's metal, she's a robot, she's size small. You can see the whole thing. You guys can see, I even went back and checked multiple times, okay? I really thoroughly checked to make sure this is not a hero. Now, if I remember correctly, this fight, I'm going to have a brutal start to it. That's on me. That is not on Crossbones. So let's watch this. I'm going to get down quite a bit. So similar thing, and you can see I only got 2 Furies from triggering the overrun, right? Because I don't get what's called the contempt bonus, right, from fighting a hero. That's fine. And so we're getting these shocks on us a little bit, but as we get our Furies up, we're now shutting down the ability accuracy, the defensive ability accuracy of the defender, and so she's having trouble getting the debuffs from the node on us. Pretty soon, I'm gonna make the big mistake. It's coming up. Where is it? Maybe it's here. I know it's coming. There it is. Okay. So right about now, the fight has started. Watch this. We're 420 into the fight. I'm at 40% health. I'm able to trigger my overrun. We've got 4. We've got 6 now. 7. This is giving me a chance. I should have heavied there. I should have heavied to pause my Furies. I didn't because I'm still learning to play Crossbones well, which is another sign there I did. Because when you can punish the special one with your heavy and you still get that same pause mechanic and it doesn't cost a Fury. So if you can do it, that's a superior way to pause your Furies there, trigger overrun again. And that's that loop I was talking about, that cycle, where you can get into a really nice place where you know what you're doing, where you're using your heavy, your special one, and your overrun to keep your Furies going. You can get to the point where you're never even losing them and never triggering Mystic Dispersion. Okay, now, Battlegrounds. Rank 5, Sig 200, Ascended Scorpion. A villain. Not only not a hero, but a villain, okay? Watch this. Watch how this goes. So we're going to go in, and I don't trigger. Yeah, there we go. Good. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to start landing my hits. Every time I would crit, I'm going to get the Fury instead. Scorpion starts to be a pain in the butt like he likes to do. Go into my special one. Now I should trigger overrun. Good. I'm playing this fight much better. And now this guy, he's not going to evade. Even though he is a villain, I have way too many Furies. His ability accuracy is lower. I have thrown my relic there. We got Black Widow going. And I see that we are going to essentially be able to end this fight just like that. That was not a villain. That was not a villain. Or I'm sorry, that was not a hero. That was a villain who would normally have evaded rank 5, Sig 200, Ascended Scorpion. So he's better against villains. Don't get me wrong. Oh, also, and I checked on Aunt May, heroes make up over 50% of the game. Over 50% of the game are heroes. Some of the newest, toughest defenders that have come out in the last 6 months, unfortunately, are villains. That's fine. There are plenty of heroes out there that are very tough defenders that you want to be able to take, and Crossbones is just going to kick their ass. Look at this. Quicksilver here got the jump on me, so I didn't get a great start. I triggered my overrun just to kind of shut down the defensive ability accuracy of the node, and that's what I want to talk about. Oh, I haven't even talked about the thing. This is all a Sig 40 Crossbones, and that's what I wanted to show you. Is one, Sig 40 is still over a 50% chance to shrug all those debuffs, but for a lot of these nodes, like Hazard Shift, where you thought you had to have them at high Sig, you can just trigger your overrun early, and then you just shut off the defensive ability accuracy, and if you really focus on keeping that up, you don't get the debuffs. Remember, none of this was boosted. Let me know what you think we got right. Let me know what you think we got wrong. You saw how fast these fights were. Unboosted, Sig 40, 7-star, rank 2, Black Widow Relic. This was volume 1. I'm going to get better at playing him, and we're going to do volume 2. I do think, and we were talking about this on my Discord server, and Ozfan brought up Bullseye. Simula brought up Chilith. They are both phenomenal. And if you really feel like they're better, oh, and Adamantium has been talking to me about Mole Man. If you really feel they're better than Crossbones, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but I am going to think it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.